Alright, hello everyone, this is 707 Bros 10 with another video. This time we're gonna draw Cyndaquil. So as you guys can see on screen, this is how he ends up looking like. So if you guys want to learn how to draw him, let's get started. I'm also gonna put up the reference right now, that way you guys can look at it and get some details off it, and at the same time you guys can know what I'm talking about during the video. Alright, so just remember, it's not gonna look like the reference 100%, but we're gonna try to get it as close as we can. So first of all, we're just gonna start with this circle right here for the head, and then we're gonna do two lines going across it. And remember that try to make the circle as perfect as you can, because we're gonna base almost everything off this circle, including the body. So yeah, so the better you make it, the easier it'll be. So right here I didn't make it around half, so I just mark it off on both sides and then just connect them. And I'm sorry if the video is a little bit shaky, it's just that I got something for my camera, and it's connected to the desk. It's like a clamp, and whenever I move the desk, it kind of moves everything, you know what I mean? So sorry if it's shaky. I was trying not to move a lot, but hopefully it's not that shaky. Alright, so now we're right here. I'm using a paper, and actually from a previous video I did that line that you guys saw, and it was perfect. It was the same size. So you guys can use a ruler, you guys could eyeball it, it doesn't really matter. And then we're just gonna do this line right here. Is like think of it like a pizza slice, and then we're just gonna do the same length of the whole circle for the body. So I just mark it off there. So from the line of the circle to that dot that I made is basically the length of the circle. Like I said, you guys don't have to use a ruler or a paper or whatever. You guys can use your finger, or you guys could just eyeball it, just guess, you know what I mean? And as long as you guys got these lines right here, we're all good. We're gonna start doing the body shape. So it starts off from the bottom line of the circle, and then a little bit higher than the one on the side, and then it just connects. As you guys can see, the one on top is a lot more skinnier than the one at the bottom, so try to keep that in mind. Right here I'm just rounding it off a little bit. I can't pronounce that word. So it's almost like a football shape for the body, and then like a basketball for the head. And as long as you guys got this right here, then you're good. From here on, we're gonna do everything that just add the details, and then it's just gonna be easy. You guys did the hard part right now, now is the easy part. Alright, so now for the nose, I'm gonna start around there. I mark it off because I like to start like getting like point A and point B. So right here, just gonna do round it off a little bit. Right here, I'm just marking that it's a little bit higher than halfway from that block, and then just make a circle starting from the bottom of the fourth one, and then just connect them. It's pretty round, and this is just gonna be the eye area. So like I said, as long as you guys get that perfect circle and you guys do those crosshairs right in the middle, those lines, then it's gonna be easy, because you're gonna know how far the line goes and where it goes, you know what I mean? So I just erase it just to clean it, just to make it a little bit better, but then I realized that I still need to do the eye, and I'm gonna use that line going down. So a little bit higher right there, I was just showing that there's like a gap, and then it ends around there, so it's almost halfway, I guess. And then right here it's just a little bit straight going up, and then it curves to the other one. And then I think the bottom one, at the beginning of the eye, it's a lot thicker than the end. I'm not sure if I do that right now. Alright, so now for the nose, we're gonna start it off a little bit to the right of that middle line going down the circle. And now we're gonna do the other side of the head, or the face area. So it's gonna be around here, and it should end exactly on the same level as right there I'm pointing out as the other one, because if you guys do it higher, like right here, I think I do it higher and it doesn't look right. I do end up changing that at the end. I think I do this like a couple times because I didn't like how it turned out. Right here I made it too straight, the line going up, I made it too straight, so I do end up changing the nose a little bit. But you know, it's something that you guys should expect. There's, you know what I mean, it's not like you're always gonna get it the first try. Just keep trying. If you guys don't get it the first time, then just keep trying, you know what I mean. And um, I'm guessing the length of the nose is almost a little bit higher than halfway the circle, because if that makes any sense. All right, so now we're just gonna extend the line right here from the eye. Right here, I'm fixing it, and then I noticed that it's too straight. I need to fix the top part. It's a bit shaky right there. So let's get that circle shape again. Don't want to lose that shape, or else it's gonna be a little bit harder on us. So this is where I tell you guys that I make it too high, because I was focusing too much on the gap that the line makes, and I didn't focus on the top, so I was focusing too much on the nose. So I do end up changing that at the end, because it just doesn't look right, you know. I don't think I do it off. I think I do it off camera, but I'm not sure. So right here for the nose, he has this. What kind of nose is that? Like a camel nose? No, it's not a camel nose, right? So right here, just fixing the line, making it better. I think this is the hardest part, doing the nose for some reason. So just for the nostril, just do a little dot with the line. And right here, I'm just erasing those reference lines. So I hope you guys are finding this video helpful. There's just some things that are really hard to explain, you know what I mean? So just pause the video, take your time, and then just try to copy as much as you can. Alright, so I like the shape of the head. Like I said before, the left side I end up changing it because it should be leveled. Alright, so now for the, so that's right here, I'm just marking off like the leg, that they should be like the hind leg should be a third of the whole body, so that's why I did those lines. I number them right here. So like I said before, I do A and point B, and then I just connect them, like connect the dots. It just makes it easier because I know where I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm not just going blindly. I know where I should end my lines. It just helps out. It's something that it takes a while to get used to, but once you guys do it, it's just so helpful, you know. So right here, I'm just trying to get that shape of the leg. So as you guys can see, it's almost like a third of the whole body. Alright, so now for the foot. And something you guys might notice, I don't have the reference on my screen right now, but something that you guys might notice is that the legs, the foot, and the nose aren't that off from each other. They're almost on the same level. So that's something else you guys need to keep in mind, because if you do the legs way lower than the nose, then it's just gonna look off, you know what I mean? So just try to keep the nose and the feet almost at the same level, not exactly the same, but just close, you know what I mean? I'm guessing the nose is a little bit higher than the feet. Alright, so now for the stomach, I like where we placed that line, so I'm gonna keep it. And now we're gonna start doing the other leg. I started off there just to mark it off, and now I'm gonna do the arm, and it's basically like half an oval. So right here, I'm just showing you guys that I shouldn't go over that line, you know what I mean, over that face. So it's just one of those things that those small details that you guys need to pay attention to. I do end up making it too big, too thick, so I do change it later on. Alright, so right here didn't meet up right, so I change it. As you can see, it's pretty close to the body, and once again, it's not way lower than the nose. So I'm using that same shape, same line that we did at the beginning for the body, to use that as a stomach line. So if yours doesn't meet up, then just change it, or just make any small changes to make it look better. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be the same as the reference. If yours is looking a little bit different, you guys can make any changes just to make yours better. I did that on this drawing. Alright, so now for the back, doesn't go off that much from the leg up, and now for the top, it doesn't go exactly on that line, it goes a little bit lower. And then right here you guys can look at my drawing or look at the reference, and right here I just guessed on the spikes. I try to do the same amount of spikes and the same shape, but you know what I mean, it's just small details that don't really matter, so you guys could just go do it your own way, you know what I mean. Alright, so now it starts around here, so I just mark it off for the fire. I do make the fire a little bit bigger than the actual reference, but it's just taste, personal taste, you know what I mean. Alright, so now I'm gonna do a circle because the fire starts around there, and just do this shape right here. Just try to get like an overall look of how the fire, or how big the fire should be, and then just do like a line, reference line, like for example I did here with the circle for the fire. And then it just helps me while I'm doing the fire to know not to make it longer than that, you know what I mean. It should stay within that circle or that shape. It's just a good reference line. So now I'm doing I'm guessing it's the yellow fire in the middle of all the red, and right here I'm trying to stay close to the same as the reference. So as you saw at the beginning, I marked it off, point A and point B like before, and then right here they did connect. They're never gonna connect exactly the same as the reference, you know what I mean. But you guys could just work with it and make any small changes just so it look right, you know what I mean. As long as it looks right, then it's all good. So right here I was focusing on comparing how high to do these lines right here, these spikes, with the one I did before, the one in the middle. So as you guys can see, I'm using that same reference just to know where to round off the fire, those spikes, how high to do them, you know what I mean. And like I said before, I do end up making them a little bit, the fire a little bit bigger, because the fire is around the same size as the body, but this time I do the fire a little bit bigger, but it just looks better, you know what I mean, more fire. And once again, I try to stay close to the reference, but it doesn't come out the same, you know what I mean, exact 100%. I just make it work for me. And I'm just seeing the points, like the point of that spike. I'm putting like levels on it, like I'm doing lines, you know what I mean. For example, that one that we did at the top is way higher than the rest on the reference, so that's some of the things that I pay attention to, how high the spikes are compared to each other. So that's another thing that it may take a while for you guys. So right here I'm counting them off because they don't match up, they don't line up. I could have just gone with it, you know what I mean. I could have just done it, but I wanted to stay a little bit closer to the reference, just so you guys could get a better idea, and that way you guys won't say like, oh, it doesn't look exactly the same, you know what I mean. If I can make small changes to make it look better, I will, or just to try to stay close, I will, you know what I mean. So I erase those lines, and then this right here, these spikes make a perfect M shape almost. So that's like one line for the M, and now the other side for the M. So those two are almost the same size, so that's how I looked at it. I'm like, it looks like an M, so I'm gonna do an M, you know. So those do go higher than the rest. I think they do, because that's one of those things that I was paying attention to how high the spikes are compared to the others. So right here I'm just fixing it because I noticed that it's too not too straight, but it was I needed to make it a little bit more to the side, you know, leaning to the side a little bit more, so that's why I changed the angle, and then I changed this one too. And unfortunately those lines, Don't erase all the way, so you guys are gonna see them there. That's another thing that I usually say, not to press too hard on your pencil, or your, especially if you have a mechanical pencil, because if you have a mechanical pencil, it leaves a dent where you did a line. So when you try to erase it, since there's a dent, the eraser can't go inside the dent, so it's, you know what I mean, it's just gonna be hard to erase, and it's just gonna be really noticeable. Alright, so now for the body, it's gonna start point A right there, and then point B, we're gonna use that middle line to use it as a reference. There's like a small hill around the middle of the body, I guess, a little bit to the left. And now for the hand right here, do the small line, but it doesn't end right there. And right here I'm just looking at the how far apart the arm is, or the hand to the body on each side. So right there I was looking at how far is it from the bottom, from the stomach, the line from the stomach, and then how far is it from the leg, the big one, the one on the right. And then this where I noticed that the hand is too big compared to the one I just did, so I try to make them the same size, you know what I mean, same thickness. And then I didn't put them at the right spot, you know what I mean, so you guys can change it. Like I said before, as long as you change it to make it better, and it's all good, because if you try to copy it 100% and you have trouble doing it, then it's just not gonna look right. So yeah, so this is how it ends up looking like. I didn't make that many changes. The only change that I did was, like I said before, on the left side of the head of the face, that line should be roughly on the same level. Before it was too high, so it just didn't look right. So I did change that, and as you guys can see, or at least in my opinion, it looks way better. And I just erased all those reference lines that we did and just cleaned it up. So once you guys clean it up, just make any changes that you guys might see or might notice, that, for example, maybe the hands don't match up the same size. So just make changes. Like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% like the reference. You guys could just change it just to make it look better for you on your drawing. And yeah, so I think it came out pretty good overall. Cyndaquil is one of my favorite Pokemon, because Typhlosion is one of my favorite Pokemon after Blastoise and Venusaur. So I really like Typhlosion, so doing Cyndaquil was really fun. I did do it before. I actually did a video. It was probably one of my first videos. I did Cyndaquil, but then I colored it, and it just looked really bad. It was just really awful, because I used color pencils, and it just didn't look like good at all. So I'm like, you know what, I'd rather not upload the video, you know what I mean, or the tutorial, because it's not, I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I'm not gonna put it out, even though it took me a while to do everything. But at the end I just colored it, and it just didn't look right, and I couldn't take that off, you know what I mean. So this time, that's why I don't color my drawings, because I don't want to ruin them. Maybe later on when I get better markers or something like that, I will. But right now I just leave it blank like this. I just outline it. And another thing I want to say, just in case you guys were gonna color it, don't do the outline of the fire too dark, or don't make it like, don't press on it too hard if you guys are gonna color it. Or basically don't do lines at all. Just mark them off like really light, just so you guys can know where the spikes are and everything. And then when you guys are coloring it with like red or yellow, it's gonna look way better, you know what I mean, because there's no outline in fire. Like if you guys see fire in real life, it doesn't have an outline, it's just fire, you know what I mean. So it would make it 100 times better if you guys didn't do an outline on the fire. So if you guys color it, keep that in mind, you know. It's just one of those small tips. Talking about the tips, if you guys see the toes, they're roughly the same. I guess it's like the nail, it's almost the same size and it's the same shape. So that's another thing. It's just small details that you guys need to pay attention to. So yeah, so look over your drawing. If you guys are not that happy with it, you guys could either start over, because if you start over, you guys are gonna get a better idea of how it should look. So once you start drawing it again, it's gonna come out 3 times better, you know what I mean. So either you guys could do it again, or you guys could just make any changes to make it better. If it turns out to be too messy, if some of those lines you can't get rid of, you could always just trace your drawing, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with tracing your own drawing, because it's just gonna come out a lot cleaner, you know what I mean? So that's another thing you guys could do. Maybe you guys noticed that the thumbnail of this video, Cyndaquil is colored half of them is colored, and the reason for that is that it's actually the same drawing, that I did, but what I do is that I import it to my tablet on an app where I could draw and color it, and what I have to do there is I upload the image and then I trace it. Literally I just go over the same lines, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do the same drawing over again because I want the same drawing that I did on the video on the thumbnail, so I just I have to redo it, and then I just color half of them. And since the app has every single color you could think of, it's a lot more better to get accurate colors to the actual reference. So yeah, so as maybe you guys notice, it looks really good once you color it, so I really recommend that you guys color it because it really stands out. It just looks really good. And also, again, if you guys want to share your drawings, if you did Cyndaquil, you want to share it with me and with everyone else, don't forget to share it or send it to my Twitter at 707 Rosetown. The link will be at the description, or the name. Or if you guys don't have a Twitter, ask your parents, or if just in general you don't have a Twitter, just find a way to send me your drawing and I'll put it at the beginning of my next video. As you guys can see, at the beginning of this one I had a couple drawings, and those were from my nephew Brian. He looked at my drawings because honestly I started doing these videos, and he was one of the reasons why I started doing videos, because he always wanted to learn how to draw Pokemon or stuff like that, or he wanted to see me draw. And instead of, you know, like him being next to me while I'm drawing, because usually when you draw it takes a while. For example, Cyndaquil took I think around 15-20 minutes, so you know what I mean? So I'd rather make a video and make a tutorial off it, and at the same time help him and maybe help you guys out. So please give me your feedback, let me know how I did. Like I said, show me your drawing. I want to see how your drawing came out. If you want to share your drawing, just send it like I said before, and I'll put at the beginning of my videos with your name, so other people could see it. And don't forget to share my video, share it to your friends, share it on Facebook or whatever. I actually share on Facebook with the page Pokemon. There's 2 pages that I'm with, and I actually share it there. So if you guys are coming from there, I really appreciate it. And also yeah, so also please leave a like. It really helps me out. It just really helps me out because it lets me know that I'm doing a good job, you know what I mean? And also give me your feedback, let me know how I did. If you guys have any suggestions of any Pokemon that you guys want me to draw, go ahead, just leave a comment. And if you guys like drawing Pokemon, subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of Pokemon videos. Right now I have around, I think, over 60 videos, from starters to Mega Pokemon, and just random Pokemon in between, like Charizard, Lucario, Gengar, Hunter, Ghastly, Big Teeny. I think that was my previous video of this one. And I have a lot of videos, so if you guys want to check those out, the evolutions, once again, just look at my go to my channel. You guys will find a ton of videos there. And if you guys want to be contacted or notified when I upload more videos, then just subscribe. And so yeah, so I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll just catch you guys on the next video. 707 Rosetown out.